Hey guys, welcome back. So today on this video, we are talking about USPS Postal money orders, and more specifically, I'm going to go over some information on if you can cash these money orders at the post office. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off, guys, this is going to be a really quick video, but I'm going to make a couple of very important points that you want to consider before you go to cash this money order at the US Postal Service. So if you got one of these money orders, maybe you're selling items online, or maybe you received it for rent. Whatever the case is, the US Postal Service makes it convenient because you can actually take these to any post office that has one of the teller workers working, stand in line, and then they can cash it for you. But one thing that you want to be aware of is sometimes when you're dealing with the post office, they're not too motivated to help you out. And one of the guidelines is they need to have enough cash in their register in order to cash however much the money order has. And if you look around, you can see a few videos of some postal workers that seem kind of annoyed when people bring in their Postal Service money orders to be cashed. So if you are going to the post office to cash your USPS money order, I might suggest you go later on in the day, because if you show up there first thing in the morning, there's a good chance the folks there are just going to be unhelpful and tell you they don't have enough cash in the register. But according to the USPS website, they say that you can take this to any post office to have them cash it. But it's kind of annoying when you stand in line for maybe 10 or 15 minutes to get to the register just to have one of the workers tell you that they don't have enough cash in hand. And unfortunately, it's not really easy to get the post office on the phone to verify that they have enough cash to cash your USPS money order. Now, if you happen to have one of these money orders, you don't necessarily need to take it directly to the post office. If you happen to have a bank account, you can easily deposit this into your bank account just like you would a normal check or a paycheck. But if you're going to take it to the post office to cash your money order, one thing I want to let you know is their rules say that you should not sign this back part until you're there at the register. So once you get there to the register at the post office and then ask them if they can cash it, they're probably going to ask you how much the money order is for. And then once they've verified how much the money order is for and that they have enough cash to cover it, then the postal worker is going to ask you to sign right here. So again, do not sign here until you are there at the register with the post office worker. Another thing you want to know is this portion up here is already going to be completed by the person who bought the money order. So it should be pay to, and then it should have your name there, or your company name, depending on who was paid with this money order. Should have your address, possibly a memo, and then who the money order is from, and then their address. Now, another thing you want to know is if you're going to take this money order to the post office for them to cash it, the post office worker is probably going to ask for photo ID. So if you do not have photo ID, don't show up there at the post office because you might be disappointed because they will not cash your money order. So if you happen to have a bank, it's just going to be a much easier process if you go to the ATM and deposit through the ATM, or if you go to your particular bank and then cash it. You can also take this USPS money order and cash it at check cashing places. If you can avoid that, you might want to do that because they do charge fees in order to cash these types of checks or money orders from the post office. So for a free way to cash your money order, take it to the post office, but again, they may not have enough cash in the register and you might get turned away. So you might be better off going later in the day. The downfall to that is there's usually a long line at the post office. Second option is just depositing at your bank, just like you would a normal paycheck. And third would be the check cashing locations, but again, they do charge fees, sometimes a lot. So you might want to try to avoid that. And then lastly, just to recap, you do not want to sign this portion on the back of the check until you are at the register and the post office worker tells you to sign there. And then again, make sure that you bring your photo ID, usually state issued ID or a driver's license. They usually don't accept some kind of school ID or something like that. It needs to be government issued ID. So there you have it. That is some information on if you can cash a USPS Postal Service money order at the post office. If you know another way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. But hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.